Yeah.
This way. What? Point, face this way. Look this way, Shaq. What you do? There you go.
Yeah, come on.
Go.
Sorry. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, ashhadu la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Rasulullah. Hi la salah, hi la salah, hi la falah, hi la falah. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Thank you, Stephanie. You did a good job. Al-Anam, Asasa al-Asim lalum, Aliyah, Laka ma'alika alima'um. And in English, all families passionately seek peace without non-believing intelligent primates and stand out amongst the niggardly and inform them that they can come get knowledge from the source. Welcome to Al-JUMAH, Family Congregational Prayer. And I'm going to start out reading Al-Kaf. Iyayaki, Al-Alala, Uklu, Hiyaya, Mu'ah Lalafa, Ta'ah Wawa, Al-Fatu, Ufifin, La Malaku, Laha, Lafa, Kawa, Kaf, Ka, Yayafa, Yahi, Uk, Hayifa, Fa Yaya. It's me, families. Hasten with speed towards your kinfolks, this celestial being. I'm an intellectual with divine abilities to speak the perfect Salaawatu while worshiping, sounding like music to achieve the goal. Yes, a promise of pain, divine retribution, plagues, loss of property, death, meant for those who do not believe and those who forgot Salaawatu, always complaining, never agreeing, inconsistent, non-compatible, always contradicting. Denied to you is this message of comfort, and no reprimand to you to make you give up your ways. Just sickness, suffering, sorrow with categorization, a promise not to be broken. Cave dwellers, families of sodomites, perverts, and alcoholics, golems, will be cut off entirely until they adapt and fit in and qualify as soon as possible in order to be made ready by getting slimmed down, removing a little, refined with a touch of elegance, circumcised, protected under the shade from the fire. And today's topic is the sun has rose in the west and has set in the east. And I'm going to start it by talking about Ramadan and fasting. I had the word Siyam right here on the board, but I would like to start with Ramadan. Ramadan, for all those who say they speak Arabic, raw. This represents the R. It means vision, envision. Mad, the mean, comes like this, Mahab. Water. The first words in Ramadan, Rama, that's envision water. I'm gonna read what Ramadan says when it's broke out. This is why the sun has rose in the east, in the west, and it has set in the east, because the knowledge is coming from the west. The sun, the light, people go to the light. There's no need to look to the east for the answers concerning Islam no more, because they don't know. Some of them have admitted, but some of them going to refuse to admit to the end of time, and I already know who they are, because I can read the Quran. When it talks about the tree of life, that's talking about certain type of women. For me to avoid, for all men to avoid, because they are in darkness. But that's not the topic today. This is the topic today, Ramadan, because it's coming. And it goes like this. Ra'ay, Rahim, Armad, Ramad, Mahak, Sakar, Tawqid, Madad, Allah, Madadin, Udal, we, Tudal, Wawan, that. Envision, increasing, overflowing, peaking, sounding like music, bending the wind, causing a steady like rain, containing negative charged ions, settling, producing wetlands and aquatic plants like duckweed. Envision it, aim at it, desire it, water. Me moving swift with it in buckets, giving it away for free. That's my name, my signature, and the prescription from suffering and agony, from drinking milk. Now, be reluctant, resist, don't drink it. Now that it's been clarified, understandable, you are illuminated enough to have numerous offspring. That is the disadvantage from drinking milk. In the Quran, when it talks about drinking milk, you got to know how to read Arabic. It's talking about Syrians, Syrian women. Gentiles was using their women for their milk. It also talks about them using them as beasts of burden. That's what that's talking about. Gentiles, the intelligent primates. That's what the Quran was sent for, to clean up the so-called white man. If your imam cannot explain to you, like I say, every time you say something, it means something in Arabic. This is the prescription for not drinking milk. For don't drink milk, drink water. And then it comes to Siyam. For the word fasting, Siyam, Tasa'at, Sa'at, Aswar, Yam, Mahak. Instruct, give character and guidance, inform in a repetitive language, standing on elevated ground, bowing in the direction like a guidepost, showing the way, from sunrise to sunset, hydrating with water. This is how you clean your body out, water. For all those who know the man, Dr. Sebi, he was curing people with water and an alkaline-based diet with no sulfur in it. That's this right here. He almost grabbed hold to it. This is Ramadan. But like I said, now we're going to show the difference between why the sun set in the west, rose in the west, and set in the east. All right. This the west, and this the east. All right. The east are still stuck. They don't know how to say the words right. They say A-L, La, Hu, the wrong way. But we in the west, the sun has rose on us. We have been blessed to know how to read Arabic. We put the tashdis on it. So it's A, La, Hu. So that's one for the west. We in the east, they closed the Kaaba. So close Kaaba. Over here, we build masjids. I built one. That's another check. That's another one for them. What's another one? They can't read at all. They have no conception of Arabic, no Arabic understanding. No Arabic at all. Over here is called Arabic Made Easy. Over there, they let no women hold positions. My first muezzin, my daughter. My daughter, muezzin. Call to prayer. To Salaawatu. That's another 10 for us. So what else? They come over here, and then from the Middle East, they was trying to put the fire out where the sun wouldn't rise over here. So the Easterners come over here and sell alcohol, wine, and pork. They sell that to us. They come over here and they store it, they move straight to the ghetto. So that's another check. I don't even got to write that down over here because they're wrong. What else? The United States government helped the Saudi family win a war against the people that was in power before that. I think that was the Wahhabis. So Saudi government, anti-Islam. They attacking Yemen right now. They fight the countries over there in place of America. They are America with a tan. They tan Americans. And then they name their country Saudi. Hey, that means Sudanese. This is why the sun has set on the east. They go about their lives, but not all of them. Because I done got messages from some of them. But the majority of them in their government, they go about their everyday lives like nothing is going on and nothing is wrong. They even invited the WWF over to the Middle East. And everybody know that is gay.
What's that WWF?
The World Wrestling Federation, where men wrestle in bikini draws, shined up with oil. That's what Saudi Arabia was finna do before coronavirus came. So that didn't get to happen. But they have been in darkness for 1,400 years, ever since Prophet Muhammad passed. The sun set on them back then. The first thing they did was chase all the brothers out of the Arabian Peninsula. They did that first. They ousted them, kicked out. Then they helped with the slave trade. They killed the house of Allah. Allah means a family striving toward the one worthy of worship without stumbling. They helped enslave all of the people who believe like that. They did that. Them pale-skinned Arabs. But at the same time, everybody say they are us. No, they are not. They are intelligent primates who speak Arabic. Like a parrot. They know how to repeat. And that's it. They don't know how to do the actions because they proven that. And over there, the women always showed their disobedience by leaving the front of their hair uncovered. They pull their scarves back just to show that they can do it with nothing to worry about. But over here, the women are hijabbed up. Over there, no hijab. They wear scarves. So, the sun rose in the west in 1970. February 2570 is the day I was born. That's the day the sun rose. That's just like Prophet Muhammad's birthday, and I'm the number 2. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what they're having a problem with. Because all the Nabis are related. For all these years since 16 AD, 620 AD, they've been portraying my relative as a white man. They didn't blow the buildings in Europe, kill people because they draw cartoons of a white man. Who that man is, I don't know, but he is not the Rasul that Allah sent back in the day. That man they got the pictures on, that might be a picture of Jesus Christ. Because it's not Isa, alayhi salam. But the people in the Middle East, they doing this. They are torturing people, killing people, cutting their heads off. That is not Islam. That's why they are in darkness. They're going to be pushed in further darkness for doing the things that they have did. They don't even know how to read calf every Friday. It's their language. They was born over there, but that's all they speak is Arabic. I talk to brothers in Africa, they know what it's meaning. They know more words than they do, but they always know what the word al means. They know that this means family. So they destroyed the families. They destroyed the families in Africa. They destroyed the family system over here. And now it's time to pay. It's time to, how? With coronavirus. That divine retribution that's been let loose on the planet. That's what this is about. And today, this is how the uncreated works in mysterious ways. My mother was proposed to. The guy turned out to be not what she was looking for. But in the process, he was preparing for their big wedding reception. So we got all the food. We cooking it today. I'm cooking the food. I'm finna feed the people in the projects. I'm gonna take place to my relatives. We going to my mama's building. We gonna let loose all of the veggie trays. So we gonna turn something good. See, that's how the light, the sun has rose in the west. This right here. This is the stuff that Muslims supposed to do. Even if you're a Muslim, a Muslimun, a Khalifa, can't be no Imam now. Okay, it's not, because nobody but brothers can be Khalifas. Brothers can be Muezzins. Brothers can be a Hafiz. The word Muslim is meant for a cleaned up European. You must learn how to read Arabic. There's a brother named Musti Salih, and I ain't forgot you, Musti. I'm going to the college today. But his imam, evidently his imam told him to drink water. His imam can't read Arabic. Like I said, the first words in Ramadan is raw, ma. Envision water. It don't say envision water. Envision and then don't drink the water. And when it says envision, hydrating with water. Because Manhattan means to hydrate with water to drink it. So for those who going to get left behind some more, that's because they follow these people right here. And the hadith say that they going to lose their blessings. The sun going to set on them. When the sun set, it's dark. It's darkness. That's it. If the sun set on you and you're in the wrong spot in the woods, you're going to have to stay right there till the sun come back up. Because every time you move, you're going to stumble. But when you're in the light, you can see everything. Now you can see that, oh yes, this is a tajdid. You do double that 2 times. That's a tajdid, not a sukoon. See, now you in the light now. But when you're looking at dark, you looking at this, oh, that's a sukoon. But it's a tajdid all day long. So now you're saying, you're not praying to a family who strive to a goodness. When you saying this, you're praying to a family who don't believe in nothing and has no unity. Or when you say, illahu, that's the uncreated who you can't get to and you don't believe in. The uncreated, then you done took this out now because you're not pronouncing it. You're pronouncing a sukoon. Like this. This is how y'all saying it. So you done took out that tajdid. That's the striving. That's where the uncreated is at, hooked up to that right there. You know how I go lahu. See, y'all not saying that. That's gone. So now that's why you're catching so much hell. People over there getting constantly bombed and killed and misused because they saying the wrong stuff. And all they got to do is open their eyes up and say it right. That's what's going on now. People being punished. Christians. My Christian brothers, not all of them bad, but they know that they wrong. They own neighbors tell them they wrong. You praying to Jesus Christ. That means a grimy pig. You say, I love God, so you love ass. Trinity means testicles. God means a demon. And Oscar. You know the Oscar Awards, that means an ass spear. Homosexual. That's why it's a naked man standing with a stick. He waiting on you to give it to you. See, that's English. This is the stuff they pray to. We weren't even supposed to pray in English. I'm doing this because this is how I got to communicate. But this is when I pray. This right here. That, Arabic. In the root words.
What does Oscar mean?
Oscar is an award they give to the good actors for doing all types of weird parts on TV. And the statue was a statue of a naked man holding a stick.
Well, didn't the pair of Darmali of Denali, and he's a boy, and his name's Oscar.
Well, that ain't. But just because the sun has rose in the west doesn't mean that the ones in the east can't come and get on board. That's what I was telling Rum Brother. When Islam or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, they prayed towards Jerusalem. Then he got the commandment to turn towards the Kaaba. So the ones who didn't make that turn, they still on the Wailing Wall now like this, saying Muhammad in Hebrew. They still stuck in that same spot because they in darkness. Now we at the Kaaba praying. Now they saying stuff wrong. They done closed the doors and everything and locked it up. Now all they got to do is just open their eyes up and see. They can't do that. So now they finna get left behind. And Islam is not like Christianity and Judaism. Islam keep on going. It's going to be more prophets than me. Inshallah, that's all I'm going to produce now. This is the new line of prophets right here. This household right here. This is what's going to get us through. This is going to take this language to where it needs to go for all of us. It's just like it did in the past. The past just repeat itself. Y'all supposed to say, Muhammad. I say, Muhammad Hamida Madada. That means a cleaned off crowned black man that deserves respect as long as the tides of the ocean roll into the land. That's not a name, it's a title. When that man was born, his mama and them didn't name him Muhammad. He earned that name. People around here got names that they ain't earned. They don't even know what they mean. I was given this name when I translated Ramadan and Sienna, Sakar, because this is me, one who moves with containers of water, giving it away for free, instantaneously. And my daughter said, well, what about me? So I said, we are Al-Sakar, a family of swift movers with waters who deliver them instantaneously for free. I didn't make this up and just say, well, I'm going to just give my name this day. I was given that name for earning it. That's why people over there are in darkness. They've been in darkness. One man told me, Muhammad don't mean this. I said, say it. Muhammad, Ham, black man is in the middle of his name. He got to be black. Not tan, not half black, not light skinned, black. That's black right there. That's Ham black.
That's black too.
Yeah, that's black. That ain't light skinned. So he got the wrong name. He probably didn't change his name not because he was really pissed off. He probably just gave up the ding because people was finding out that it ain't what they thought it was. They got Quran contests with little kids from singing songs. Don't know what they sing. They don't double no tajweed. Nobody I done seen got good tajweed in the whole world. Because they don't even know how to follow the rules. But they got something to say. One brother told me it was a time when Arabic was wrote with no vowels. That means that nigga would have never learned how to read Arabic. Yeah. Who I can't remember his name. You got to have vowels on Arabic. So you can understand it. To say something like that, that's the ignorance of people. They wrote a whole language with no vowels. How the hell you going to write a language with no vowels? How you going to teach somebody a language with no vowels? That's the darkness they in right now. They going to still be in that darkness until they accept the truth. And I already know from what I've been studying that only a couple of them are. This is an intellectual revolution. It's not meant for the dummies. This is not the first grade class. This is past physics. Because we know everything comes from one. So we ain't got to go try to find the highest prime number. They all come from one. There ain't no such thing as zero. Nothing start from nothing. Zero was made to make multiples of 10. Muslims came up with that. 10, that's all the thing a zero is. That's how backwards they are. Muslims gave them a zero to make multiples of 10. Them fools went the other way. They went to the left and went negative. That's them right there. They got it and they went the other way instead of coming this way. And the ones that did come this way, they tried to stop it by drowning our people out with alcohol and pork and fake hair. Then the Chinese people come over here and want to play with your feet and your toes and all this and sell people here that they done stole. They steal here and come over here and sell it to black people. And we don't, and our women don't supposed to wear it no way. So now we all doing wrong because of these people coming from the Middle East. The bad stuff. Yeah. Something like that's in the first part of Kuba.
That's what Shaw wears one. And it's a fake ponytail that she puts on her head.
Al Alam Asasa Alasim Lalun. Aliyah. Laka Ma'alika Ali Ma'un. Welcome to the second part of Al Jum. The second part, I'm going to read some of the Surah Calf so people can actually hear how it will sound when it's read the right way. We got a lot of chicken mama too to get to the people. Here we go. Bismillahi wa rahmani wa rahim. Alhamdulillahi lalladhi anzala ala abdihi kitaba wa lam yas'al lalahu iwajan. Ka yiyiman lili yumti rabasan shadidan mimin laladunhu wa baya shishirel mu'minin laladina yahmaluna sasalihati ananalahum ajwan hasanan mamakithina fihi abadan wa yunthira laladina qalu tatakatha lalahu wahlad ma lahum bihi min ilmin wahla li abaihim kaburat kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim in yakuluna illa katiban fa la ahlalaka baki'una nafsaka ala atharihim in lam yu'minun bihadha al-hadith asafa. All right, I'm going to go back to the word I just said. Hadith. This is hadith. The Quran is hadith. It's been compiled. The Quran is hadith. When people say, well, I believe in the Quran and I don't believe in hadith, you got to, because this is hadith. For the brothers, and I know some in the nation, they learned the wrong Arabic script. If you can't read this, you can't read hadith. This is the same script that the hadith wrote in Sahih Bukhari. All of them. They wrote in this script right here. So, if your imam say he can't read this, if your imam can't read this, and that stuff I got up here, he can't read hadith. They been lying to you. It's the same script. As soon as I learned how to read Arabic, I started reading hadith. That was 20-something years ago. That's the first thing I picked up. That's why my imam made it mandatory to teach me this script. And when I learned this one, I automatically picked up the other script. I can read all Arabic scripts. I can read the ones with the P in it. You know, they done jacked off the Arabic, but I know how to read it. I don't know how. I was blessed with it. It was given to me. Did I say that? It was given to me. But this is the script. That's how Arabic sound. That's how it sound when you say it. You're supposed to pronounce everything on the page. Nothing is there just to look pretty, like a comma or some just a little squiggly line to put stuff in brackets. All that stuff. It's none of that. Everything in Arabic means something. This is like I keep saying. This is an intellectual revolution. They dropped the ball in the East. They've been dropped the ball. The day they let America step soil on their land and say they protecting them, they dropped the ball. The day they start selling oil to Kufa countries, they dropped the ball. Now the oil drying up. The sun is set, they finna catch hell. People finna start looking at them like they supposed to now. You're over here as an imposter. Why is y'all over here with your Arab Spring? The Arab Spring done dried out. They can't even pray for rain. If they was all of that and they knew Arabic, why can't they pray for rain over there in the Middle East and make it rain? It's happening over here. This the prayer. I just scratched it out. I just erased it. So y'all should have wrote it down. That's the prayer for rain. You got to say it, make it sound like music. And then the my tashahud. Nah, my kalima. This is the stuff where they say Allah will help Muhammad move a mountain. This is what he used to say. At that war too. Yesha'u. Yeshud. Iyayaki. At that war too. Add that. That's saying that whatever you ask for, or if you can envision it, the uncreated gonna make it happen. See, that's a long way from the regular one. See, that's why this is been set over there. They supposed they had brothers at one time that could have took them where they was trying to go. But they kicked all the black people off the Arabian Peninsula and enslaved them. This was one of the first places they started enslaving niggas. They did that. With their fake Islam, with their wrong words saying selves. They did that. Now they over here. They pass for white. But when they get in trouble, they want to come to the brothers. But when they need something, they pass for white. When they finna get robbed in the store, at the liquor store in the nigga neighborhood, they want the brothers on their side. But when it comes to something else that's beyond that, they pass it for white. And that's life in America for everybody. I've been telling brothers in Africa, they ask me how it is, I said, it ain't what you think it is. It's something else over here. You got to be on your toes all the time because they still killing black people. They dying from coronavirus. They got time to get a shot and go kill a black man and go get the second shot. And don't get caught. That's life in America. We finna wake them up though over here. And they waking up because there's more Europeans over here accepting Islam. It's more Latin Americans. It's more Mexicans. Islam is falling on America. And the ones who resisting, they getting shots. They not accepting this. They still on this. They still in the darkness because they following the wrong stuff. This is also where the Jesus Christ stuff came from, in the Middle East. These people over here ain't no Israelites. They ain't us. We might be related to them a long time ago, but them people went through their hill a long time ago while we was over here tucked away. But I hope this has been enlightening. And for all those, like I said, if your imam don't want to do the right thing, separate yourself. Read the hadith. If you're a man and he got a family and he know how to lead salat with his family, make JUMAH at home. Why go to a building where you know the people don't like you? They pray too fast for you to understand. And they won't teach you no Arabic unless you pay them $300 a month for them to tell you some shit that they don't know what it means. And they come to the masjid and their women's hair ain't covered up. Their kids don't know how to pray. Their kids are unruly and wild. And some of them come with their body odors. See, that's the stuff you had to deal with when people in darkness. They came over here like they the almighty supreme smart people. And they dumb as hell. The first time I met them, I think they knew who I was because they kept giving my daughter money. And when they heard me reading Arabic on Anna Street, they surrounded me and asked me what part of Africa I was from. I said, I'm from Flint, Michigan. They didn't understand what I meant, so I said Detroit, to put them in the vicinity of where I'm from. One man said, well, can I adopt your daughter and take her back to Africa? Is you crazy? But he knew me. He knew what was happening. I didn't know. One man, a Syrian, I said, all of them ain't bad. A Syrian tightened up my tajweed. He seen me reading to my daughter in JUMAH one day, just sitting there like an hour early. He had me come sit next to him. He said, no English. Nope. So he talked to me in Arabic. He said, Ikra. I know that means read. I just started reading. Every time I made a mistake, he'd correct me till I stopped making mistakes. That was the last time I seen that man.
Which one?
He was a white guy. But he helped me with my Arabic. He was an older guy. He couldn't get down, so we sat in a chair. He prayed sitting in a chair. Come in the masjid, sit in the chair, pray, get up, and then people would help him because he was an older guy. So it's always, you don't know where you're going to find good at, but you got to know what you're saying. Musti, if you're listening, learn Arabic. Whoever. The one girl, Mecca Yasin, I see her read Arabic. She about the closest one I done seen on there, her and another brother. They know each other. They be reading and posting their stuff. They the only one that's trying to make an effort out of all the people I see on Facebook that's here in the United States. I'd have been in some masjids where the imam keeps saying the same thing. I found out he hadn't memorized it. He not an imam, he a minister. But he only say the stuff he memorized. So he can't read Arabic. So, hey, if you're going to drink water, if you're going to do what the word Ramadan say, then you follow the Quran. If you're going to follow what the people in the East say, then you're going to be praying to the crazy family and don't believe in nothing. And this is y'all right here, where the women can't hold no positions. Because that's the first thing. And I never see where it got to be a man as a muezzin. Only thing to do the call of prayer. Only one that has to be a man is the leader. Because we do not have menstrual. We don't bleed. That's the difference. So if a woman ain't on her cycle and she know what she's doing, she can lead prayer. If it ain't a man that's qualified. And from what I see now, my daughter be leading a whole bunch of grown men in prayer. Because they saying this right here. They don't even know how to pray. They don't have salat marks. They don't have no marks. That's what Allahu Akbar means. Them families who come equipped with salat marks. See, they don't even know nothing about that. They keep saying Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar means family striving toward the one worthy of worship by refusing to lead those in prayer who close the doors to the Kaaba and who refuse to return salutations. See, they calling the punishment on themselves and don't even know. Every time they say Allahu Akbar, that they get closer and closer, well, they're going to get punished. We don't supposed to dig a well for them. So that means we don't supposed to give them no water and don't supposed to help them fix the holy clothes they're going to be living in when this is all over with. Just let them live in the desert and be bums and thirsty. By the time they have, they're going to perish. That's the penalty for being like that, closing the doors to the Kaaba, holding women back, can't speak Arabic, saying the name wrong. The government act like Americans. They got American buildings in Arabia, where it used to say no jinns allowed. Now the jinns run it and they open up the door for some more jinns. But like I say, the families is coming home. Also, it's been written. What's been written don't happen because I'm here. And with that, I'd like to end the kubbah. Assalamu alaikum.